What's going on, everybody? This is Ricky J. Welcome to the Esports Boxing Club August update. And before we get into the details, man, I just want to apologize for the slight delay in my video. For all you people that don't know, I work full-time. YouTube is just a fun hobby. And then after work, I'm also a full-time dad too, man. So it's really hard sometimes when they bust out these updates, man, for me to come through with a video on time. But I always try to do it in the same day, so sorry guys in advance. But here we go, the August update. And just so you guys know, oh man, at the end of their little information-based update, they said they're no longer going to be doing these updates anymore, these monthly updates. They're just going to be giving us information when it is necessary. And I kind of feel like that's the best thing to do, instead of feeling obligated to constantly come up with something every single month. So I really feel like this is a good thing. You know, they'll keep us posted, Steel City will, when things come about, but we should just leave them alone and let them work on the game. Let's be honest here. But let's get into some of the stuff that they talked about in terms of the gameplay. A lot of people, let me just say this real quick. Steel City, ESBC, I gotta give you a round of applause, man. Round of applause. You wanna know why? They listen to the community. When people suggest something, they take it as constructive criticism and improve. And I really want to just say that I have nothing but love for these guys, nothing but respect, because they are listening to the community. And to start things off, man, people were complaining about the camera angles, and people were saying that in the gameplay footage, even though it was amazing, you know, the camera angles looked a little too close for a lot of people's liking. And when I play UFC 4 and Fight Night Champion, I like using a faraway view just because I want to know where, like, I want to know my surroundings. I want to know when I'm close to the ropes or close to the cage in the UFC games, but I just want to know my distance with my opponent as well. And when the camera angle's so close, you're not able to gauge, you know, your distance. So people were worried that they're not going to have what I like to call the wide angle, where you're able to see the whole ring and your opponent and yourself. But they said that ESBC will feature different camera angles for players to choose from. The view shown in gameplay walkthrough was just one of the angles that will be available at launch. So that's great, because you know, it's always good to have options. Everybody has their own kind of sweet spot when it comes to the camera angles. For me, I personally like the far away view. Just like I said, it helps me with my entire game. A lot of people were talking about the shakes and flashes. So they gave us update in terms of that, in terms of the presentation of that. So it says, whilst, that's a cool word, by the way, whilst some gamers prefer having effects appear in game that make for a more intense experience, we realize this isn't for everyone. This is why there will be custom options for players to disable these aspects, giving you more control over your experience. For me personally, I like the shakes and flashes. I feel like, you know, when you're on the receiving end of something and your screen shakes or there's a flash, I feel like it becomes even that more intense. But some people kind of like it, you know, simulation style, kind of like broadcasting view experience where you don't get that. And I really love how they have the option of taking that out. And who knows, maybe I'll take that out as well. In UFC 4, when you get rocked, you know, you hear like a weird kind of like chime, and then the screen kind of gets bloody, which is kind of extreme. But I really like the shakes and flashes, but who knows, maybe I don't like it, but having the option to change it is amazing. As far as combat and punches are concerned, this is the one thing that I was worried about a lot. And when I released the July gameplay footage, a lot of people were talking about the punches. And for me, I felt like they were kind of rubber arming the punches. It didn't seem like there was enough torque in the hips on some of the punches that we saw in the gameplay footage. And there was not enough zip, not enough mustard on the connections of these punches. It just didn't seem like there was power behind them. So what they said was, our combat mechanics have gone through various upgrades since the first movement trailer was launched in November of last year. We want you to know we're continuing to work on all aspects of punches and combinations, and will continue to do so until they meet our standard. So it's so nice to know that this is not the final product that we saw, still being in the alpha stages. It's still early, man. There's a lot of time for them to improve, the game. And speaking of improving the game, holy smokes, SCI received investment, which they are now using to plan the expansion and bring in additional hires to the game. Having these additional resources is going to make the game even better than anyone could ever imagine. And I know you're probably saying to yourself, who's this guy, Mr. Positive? But when you've got you got the money to keep the engine revving, keep the engine high, and keep everything rocking and rolling 24/7. You got the manpower, you got the girl power, you got the brains behind everything. You're going to have, like they said, a groundbreaking boxing game experience. So I like that how, because they did say in the beginning, remember when in the beginning, in the early stages, they said they're just a small little company, and now people are jumping on board, and you could tell by their ever-growing roster that people are really kind of buying into ESBC and cannot wait for that. As far as the career hub's concerned, there's some updates. So they said this in July. So you're going to be able to move around the gym as you trade, as you see on your screen. I think that's going to be cool. You can interact with your trainer to schedule sparring and training sessions. You could check the rankings all across the boxing world. So I'm pretty sure you could check rankings of people online as well, change your equipment and the attire. There's other aspects that you could do associated with boxing, but I just love that third person view. It's like a GTA mode. Hopefully you don't have the freedom to like punch a random guy training. Imagine while a guy's like working on the heavy bag, you just go up to him and give him a shot to the balls. That would be kind of extreme, but you know what I mean. I like how they have that where you could walk around. Just having that ability to feel like you're actually training in a gym and you can go anywhere you want. You could do whatever you want. I love that they implemented that in the career mode, because in previous games, combat sports games in particular, you don't really have that freedom to do that. So that'll be great, especially like when you're learning the game and you just want to train a specific aspect of boxing, you can continue going back to that and learning. I love having the freedom to do that. So this is a quick little update. I think it's a very important update. Like I said in the beginning, I'm glad they're going to end this monthly update, because I feel like then they feel pressure to release something. So, it's always good to just kind of let them work on things. And when they're ready to share something, by all means, they will. So anyways, guys, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. We got the August update, and I cannot wait as the months go by, man. I have a feeling we're going to see even more and more groundbreaking gameplay. Excuse me. I'm excited. I'm stuttering, but that's the one thing for me, is I'm just concerned about the gameplay. I want to see those punches fixed, and I just want to see fantastic simulation boxing. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Holy smokes, I got to tell you on a side note, man, I had to race home from work, deal with the kids, do what I had to do, and now I'm running down here. I got my setup in the basement, did this video, and I'm winded, man. But anyway, I'll stop rambling. Let me know your thoughts on this update. Love you guys. It's Ricky J. All the best. I'll catch you in the next one. I'm out of here. Peace.